everybody, it's Padabos, and I know it's been about 2 weeks since the last Road to a Santa Hat, and the reason for that is because YouTube has just not been letting me sign in. When I do sign in, it'll take me to a YouTube homepage as if no one was signed in, and but it will sign in on Google, like as a Google account, which for some reason prevents me from doing anything on this YouTube account. And for the past 2 weeks it just hasn't been working, but I tested it out a couple of minutes ago and I saw that I could log in, and I thought I'd make a video seeing as how I got the opportunity, and I thought that you guys might want to see how the progress is going. Since how it has been 2 weeks, a fair amount of progress has been made. The first thing you might know is that my prayer points are at 700, well, which means I'm at level 70. I did that mainly to test out how good piety is, or piety, or however you want to say it. And it turns out that I'm not sure quite how it works, but basically every trip I do is 2 sips of anti-fire, which is 12 minutes, right? And by the end of that 12 minutes, basically no matter how many bones I've got left, how many prayer pots I've got left, I'm picking up the cannon and going, because I think the way it works is it's meant to be 100% of the time that the cannon disappears, but it isn't, and it's glitched, so for like 80% of the time it disappears. So you might do it once and think, oh, it's fine, next time it's gone. It's really annoying. And with chivalry, over here, I would have maybe 1 dose out of the 4 dose potions I take there left at the end. And with piety, even though its drain rate is more, and I'm still there for the same amount of time, I seem to end up having like a 2 dose or a 3 dose, and sometimes even a full 4 dose left. That probably is because the amount I get back from each dose of prayer potion is more because of the higher level, but I'm not sure that it makes that much of a difference in terms of how much you gain. The one problem with getting prayer is that unless you are camping a monster with a bone crusher, it's going to cost you money, and it cost me just over 6 mil for the dragon bones. Bear in mind that I use a mahogany altar, the one that gives 250%, because cost effective wise, if I'd trained to 75 construction and made a gilded altar to only get to 70 prayer, I would have lost money compared to just sticking with the one I have right now. But if I choose to train it any further, I will definitely be getting 75 construction first. And if we go into the money pouch now, we'll see that I have 60.8 mil. Bear in mind that I've had the offer in the Grand Exchange to buy a Santa Hat at 1GP, 100k of them, for a while, and I thought I'd put a Divine Spirit Shield offer in there to, you know, just to give it some company. So there's 200k in G slots, so 61 mil basically. And if we go into the bank, we'll see that I've got 242 Frost Dragon Bones in the bank. They've been going down a little bit recently. They're at about 17.7k each, but that is roughly about 4.8 mil-ish worth of Dragon Bones. As you can see, I've got about 170, well, I haven't got about 176, I have 176 prayer pots. I just buy them whenever I need to, and depending on how low I am when I run out of cannonballs, I might buy some then. Anti-fires, the ratio should be 1 4 dose to 10 4 doses, because I use 2 per trip, 2 doses per trip, and 20 doses per trip, effectively. But whenever I buy it like that, it never seems to work out. Onto the charms, I don't know why I right-clicked it. Just under 1k golds, over 3k crimson, no, those are green charms, over 1k crimsons, and 266 blues. Been getting a lot of crimsons and blues recently. Sometimes I'd end up getting about 3 blue charms per trip, but other times you just don't get any at all. Cannibals, I bought 20k, just because I wanted to get a bigger kind of sample size for the amount that I'd be getting off 20k. Running low on teleport houses. And onto the effigy tab, 8 effigies. Yeah, I estimate getting about 18 effigies by the time I get to the Santa Hat. which is going to work out at about 1 effigy per about 1,000 kills or so, which I suppose isn't bad. So that's it for the bank. What I would like to talk about a little bit is a couple of updates and stuff that they've done to RuneScape. Since how I haven't done a video in a while, quite a lot has happened, so I thought I'd cover those briefly. The members price increase, anyone who's complaining about it is not looking at it the right way. You look at how much time the average person spends on RuneScape. At the current price, and even at the new price, it's going to be well worth it. The example I like to use is, you go to see a film, that film's 2 hours long, you're paying about £3 an hour to watch that film. RuneScape, if you play for 1 hour a month at the current price, that's more cost effective than going to see that film, which only lasts for, which is a film. Well, that went a little bit strange there, but my point is, considering the amount of time that you can put into RuneScape, it is by far one of the best games where there's some kind of subscription that you have to pay compared to the amount of hours you can put it. There are other MMOs like World of Warcraft where the price is a lot higher, and if you've only got a certain amount of time to put into a game full stop, then RuneScape is definitely a great choice. I mean, even at, I think it's £5 that they are putting forward as the new one, it still is fine, but as a previous existing member, I get my price staying stuck. The words don't make any sense anymore. My price will stay the same at, I think it's £3.60, I haven't checked it in a while, which is reasonable, and if I was making an account today and I had to pay £5 a month for it, I think that's reasonable fine as well, because the amount of time, because it's an MMO that you can just put into it, it's well worth the money per hour. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was the Tazar City update that they're doing. Like a lot of updates, it's definitely catered to people with better computers. Not saying that you won't be able to, like, my computer will just crash when I go into Tazar City, but all the nice looking stuff is only really going to be nice looking on higher end PCs. Not even that much higher end, but just a couple of minutes ago, I went on the graphical settings and clicked auto setup just to see what RuneScape thought my computer could run RuneScape at, and it put it in kind of a full screen window on max graphics settings, and that was my auto setup, the one that it thought was fine for me, and that was a solid 6 FPS. This is resizable with full graphics on, which I don't know, I can play that about 10, but on minimum I can play it about 20. But I do have some frequent lag spikes because obviously when your computer's made out of wood, it tends to break. Is that me? That always confuses me when somebody on where you're standing gets taken away by a random event, and you never really know whether it's you or not until you actually teleport away. Yeah. Anyway, it's been Paddy Boss. If you like the video, please do give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, and I'll see you soon.